SPAGHETTIFEST. You almost have gotten really high last night. You're still up.
Tennessee, you were calling after me, and I was right on time. I was first in line. Oh, there, mama, don't come calling after me. Say I'm going down, oh, I'm going down to Tennessee. Oh, the north is where I lay for the first half of my life, and now the south is what I crave, where I know how to get in right this side. Oh, Tennessee, you were calling after me, and I was right on time. I was first in line. Hey! Oh, damn, mama, don't come calling after me, 'cause I'm going down. Oh, I'm going down to Tennessee. Oh, the north is where I lay for the first half of my life, and now the south is what I pray, where I know how to get in right this time. People asking me, where you going, where you walking? It's Tennessee, 'cause the city didn't hold what I've been told, and promises made us came too late. Fortune Vina found its way to me. Maybe down Tennessee. told and the promises made, it was came too late. And the fortune of fame never found its way to me. Baby, Tennessee, 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 Tennessee.
All right, Spaghetti Fest Radio. That was Yarn from Spaghetti Fest 8. Such a pleasure to have had them at that one. Those are really badasses. I know a certain guy named Dr. Kisner who loves that band. Shout out to Dr. K. Well, tonight we have some fun stuff. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know we have John from Murphy's Kids going to be calling in later in the show to have some fun. We got our fill in the blanks game, all the goodies you can think of. If you're trying to log on to the YouTube stream where we will be telling you what's playing on the screen and all that, it looks like the live one is working for the actual Spaghetti Fest channel. Spaghetti Fest channel, if you look that up. We're trying to look into see if the other stream that was posted there as well is also live and running, but our regular stream is always up there, the audio player. So please continue to listen, have some fun. We like to dig deep, and it's only the second episode of the season, but we know that we just played some Greasy Hands as a pre-roll, and we did do some Yarn, which that's really good stuff. How about we bust it out to way back, and we bring in a little Poor Man's Lobster from that same Spaghetti Fest 8? Oh, yes. Oh, it's 9:44, and we're just getting this party started. I got things to talk to you about. Oh, but let's funk it up with a little Poor Man's Lobster.
not going to take too many breaks.
Oh, man. Poor man's lobster. That track just blew my mind. Oh, we have some good stuff tonight. Like I said, we're going to have John calling in a little bit. We're going to be reading the fill in the blanks. A lot of crazy stuff going on. As we know, we got some funny stories that I'm going to be reading you. But as far as today is concerned, I'm going to give you a little hype for myself and for my son who just turned 16. That's right. I got a 16-year-old, turned 16 today. So I challenged him to the old game of tennis. We have a heated kind of challenge going on since this time right now with COVID-19 and social distancing. You only have your family to play if you're playing things right. So we got a season going on, and we are tied 2 matches all, as Dad took down the 16-year-old tonight or earlier today. So I'm celebrating with a celebratory cerveza, a Modelo Negra, because I deserved it. Had me running all over the courts, but I put up the big win. So that's the big report in that. There is obviously more cool things going on around. I guess there's more performances and cool things that people talking about. But I've got somebody, and I'll announce their names and play a couple more songs. But this one is a shout out to somebody who earlier in the week, Mr. Hussey, that's right. We played their wedding a long time ago. We'll tell you a little more about the story. But he had asked if he could get a Humpty Dance, Shock G's Humpty Dance from Spaghetti Fest 8. We've done a couple of these Spaghetti Fest 8 ones, and we'll just do a little Shock G right now for fun. It's party time. It is all around the world into the Humpty Dance. This could be really good, everybody.
Something like that.
Oh, get ready. Get your drinks ready.
Hey, what's the name
we
of
got
this
some
festival?
fun stuff to talk about.
Spaghetti Fest? Cheeseburger? Hey, how many people came out here for the good vibes and the music tonight? Cool. Dudes, how many of y'all came because it's going to be girls out here today? And ladies, how many came for the fellas? Y'all are similar to me, but not the same. I came for the same reason I come to all of this shit. I came for the party to get naughty and get my rocks on. Eat popcorn, watch you move your body to this pop song I'm still singing. Ding-a-linging, funky beats ringing. Everybody swinging in this bitch as I kick the J-E-Z-Z Rock style. R&B mixing it with the hip-hop swing beat. Champagne in my hand, it won't be long till I'm... What is it? It's just a freestyle, meanwhile we keep the beat kicking. Sweat dripping, girlies in the limo eating chicken. Oops, don't get the grease on your pantyhose. I love you, Robo, move over. I'm about to blow my nose sneezing, still I'm pleasing. All these slimmies, pull out my Jimmy. Time to get it busy with a Jenny. If it's good and plenty, don't you know? There I go, there I go, there I go. But I don't go nowhere without that gym hat. When I'm rapping in case she's strapping, yo, I'm strapping cause I'm smarter than that. Then baby, we could get along. Booty after booty, it's just the same song. Everybody on the lawn, sing it with me. Red, white, tan, black, yellow, or brown. All around. Say what, say what, say what, say what. Come on. He's not here, but it go like this. Money B, the freaky deaky, the squeaky leaky up and down. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll be right back. He went to take a leaky. While he draining, entertaining, he got fame and the bases he touched. Too much for him to try to be naming. Hey, yo, you saw us on Cable and Grid. We busted in and we was gone like the wind. Park Gable back in Oakland, same old song. Sporty Shorty, what? Please, hypothetical, political, lyrical, miracle, just like butter. My rhymes are legit. I'm the Humpty, not Humpty Dumpty, but Humpty Hump. Here's some humping, later on you're all humping. Just listen, not dissing, don't get us wrong. But to us it's just the same old song. Hey, who knows Tupac part? Anybody? Tupac, go ahead and rock this. Gas me, when they pass me, they used to diss me, harass me, ask me, you kiss me, get some fame, people change, wanna live the life I say, so can't go wrong if he played it. Yo, claiming fame must have changed now that we became strong. I will remain Y2. All around the world sing. Everybody in the house can't hear you. Right there, black, yellow, and brown. Come on. America, Africa, Japan, Indonesia. It's the same song. So for shame. Oh, Thank you. Now, tell y'all about this little dance. You know, there's this dance. There's a dance. It's for the fans, some of the mans, and all the ladies too. There's this dance. It took me to France, all across Japan, and Miami too. This dance gonna get in your pants all around the world. We be tearing shit up. The Humpty Dance has your chance to do the. Come on! Oh shit! Yo, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny. But yo, we making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for us. Now gather around. I'm that good old fool in town, and my sound is still laid by the underground. I drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf. So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with an umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to fuck thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, they all fell when the radio pumped me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this shit. Straight gangsta pimp. Sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Hey, yo, chubby girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you chubby. Look at me, I'm chubby too. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like the girls with the boom, cause I once got busy in a Burger King. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the girls' pants, and I even got my own dance. The Humpty Dance. Here's your chance to do the hump. Let's get busy. Do the Humpty Hump. Come on. Yeah, sexy baby. Everybody. We're doing the Humpty Hump, y'all. Come on, do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. People say you're Humpty. You're really funny looking. That's alright, cause we keep shit cooking. They stare, they glare, constantly trying to compare me. Homeboy, you can't get near me. I'm giving more C on the floor, B. All the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere, cause it's my nose is big. I ain't ashamed. Big like a pickle, still getting paid. I get laid by the ladies and you know I'm in charge. I get stupid, shoot an arrow like Cupid. Use a word that don't mean shit, like Lupin. I say I ain't gonna do what you like. And if you missed it, I'm the one that said just grab her in the biscuits. Also told you that I like to bite. Guess it's obvious, we also like to write. All you had to do was give Humpty a chance. Once again, let's do that dance.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Let's get stupid. Do the Humpty Hump.
Do the Humpty Hump.
Do the Humpty Hump. Come on and do the
Humpty Hump.
You know what I'm doing? We're doing the Humpty Hump, y'all. Oops.
Do the Humpty Hump.
Do
the Humpty Hump.
Break it down. Oh yeah, that's the break, y'all. Let a little bit of that, you know, come on. Do red. Oh yeah. Now that I tell y'all a little bit about myself, I'm gonna let DJ Fuse right now tell you a little bit about these samples. How it go? Red. Jam it out. Do me, baby. Do me, baby. Do me, baby. Give me what? Give me what? Give me the music. Give me the music.
Yeah, give me the music. That's what they say. Just give me that. Man, give me that music. Man, give me some rooms. That's a classic shout out to John Buck with the "Give Me Some Rooms." We were once in Atlantic City and heard a guy who was losing substantially, trying to demand the pit boss to give him some free rooms. You don't get free stuff when you're losing, my fellow gamblers. Shout out to my pandemic poker crew. We got some. I've been doing pretty decent. Nothing to write home about, but hey, we're already stuck at home, so there's nothing to do about that. We're gonna have some great stuff. I'm gonna talk about it. There's been some stuff in the news that I think we like, some funny news. So here we go. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of these murder hornets. We got murder hornets coming here. So if you are worried about just figuring out going in public with a mask, just remember there's also pterodactyl-sized hornets coming after you. They have a really great name. You know, we had Wu-Tang Killer Bees, and now we've got murder hornets. And now looks like somebody was a little smarter than us and then played the dumb card, as a man was camping out at Disney World's Resort Island. Looks like he kind of did social distancing and decided, you know what, I'm going to have a little fun. He went out, he camped out. Apparently, he even used a company boat that was on the island and was just boating around, having a good time. And when they caught him, he played the old, I didn't know, even those trespassing signs every 5 feet. He played the old, I didn't know, I thought this was a tropical paradise I stumbled upon. Well, almost like a night at the museum, but a little more rewarding. I wonder if he had any encounters with gators while he was out there. But at least he survived. He had a little fun time. Was not contaminated by anybody. He was socially distancing. He was doing a little better than most people in Florida, if you ask me. So, how about for 2 weird things in the news? Those are pretty good. We got some more. I'm sure I'm going to come back and tell you. We've got the fill in the blanks. I'm going to read those hopefully actually pretty soon. I'm going to do another tune. I'll read those. And then we're going to have John come on and read his answers with us, along with everybody else's answers as we're getting these jotted down. So let's talk about the next band up. Well, I have to say, if we're going to be playing some retro sets like we always do, maybe it's time, maybe just a little bit of some Dragon Wagon. Yep, I'm feeling some Dragon Wagon. So we're going to do Spaghetti Fest 11, Dragon Wagon from the second stage, because that's how we do it. Get ready. They're here. They're playing. They're going to be loud. We think they will. Somewhere in there. We lost them. No Dragon Wagon. They don't want to play with us. Too bad. All right, well, that means we move on. These things happen, don't they? All right. Well, we're going to do another little sample from another set that we played earlier, and that is from Greasy Hands. Pretty good group out there. And here we go, everyone.
All my life spent running away in the shadow of another man's life. Time keeps dragging on inside my home. Father went to an early grave, and signs say I'll do the same, but time keeps dragging on inside my home. Signposts read, third eye open. Signposts read, third eye open. If you can dance, move your body, show me how good love feels when it comes around. was bad. Lord knows not coming back. The sun comes out again. The sun comes out. The sun comes out again. The sun comes out. The signposts ring, third eye open. The signposts ring.
Oh yeah, a little taste of Greasy Hands from that Spaghetti Fest 10 set. Now, the reason I gave a little nice chunk of them is giving little props out to mention of Aaron Walker that was in that band, who was in a couple other groups that we'll be sharing this season that played Spaghetti Fest before that. This is a current group that he's in now, but they formed a while back. They have a little more of a Talking Heads kind of vibe going on these days, from what I understand. But he mentioned his brother, Brandon Walker. And we know Brendan really well because Brendan is one of our really good buddies who was in Midnight Spaghetti, played keys with us. So when he had said Brandon was playing on keys earlier, that was really cool. Little shout out to Brandon. We have some of his new material. We won't play it right now because a moment ago when I was denied, but I do not want to be denied. Here is my Dragon Wagon. Yes.
A little shout out for the Judy Chops who are here.
Oh yeah, a little shout out for the Judy Chops right there. See, there's a lot of love out in the families.
All right, we're gonna get rough.
Oh yes!
All right, a little Dragon Wagon to get crazy, and then I am going to read the fill in the blanks, and we'll be ready with answers
No,
soon.
the vacuum cleaner. Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my life. For I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I ran. Now I'll run from you. This tainted love you've given, I'll give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not really all. Tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away. I've got to get away. You don't really want it anymore from me. Right, you need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry I don't pray that way. Once I ran, now I'll run from you. This tainted love you've given, I'll give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not really all. Tainted love. Tainted love. Don't touch me, please. I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love. Tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Tainted love. Tainted love.
Yep, that was Dragon Wagon from Spaghetti Fest 11, and that just seems to be a rather interesting tease. Not a full version of a song, of course, no way. Sometimes they slip through the cracks like that where you realize, wait a minute, not original. But I won't tell nobody if you won't. Aha. So you know what time it is right now. We know we're going to have John on here in a bit from Murphy's Kids. But he's going to be sharing his answers with me. And we're going to be talking about fun stuff. So until then, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the... Oh yeah, the fill in the blanks. Don't sound too excited, do you? Well, All right, you'll see. The fill in the blanks will be lots of fun tonight because here it is, number 1 for 5-4. And, you know, this is how we do it. So, number 1, remember how it works. It's a blank gets filled. You put a word in a blank. You get a blank in a word in a blank, or multiple blanks. Or it's expanded over time, as you guys know, to be multiple kinds of sounds and gimmicks and things going on for all of us. So, whatever you read, that's what we're asking for. So here we go. If you want to get us your answers, go to SPAGHETTIFEST.com and go to the radio tab. Click on that page if you're not already there or listening to us. And if you scroll down, there's a whole area where you can fill in your questions, comments, and requests. And it's right under the fill in the blanks. Go ahead and do it on there. You could do it on the YouTube page. You can message us on Facebook. You can message us at... I don't know if I just messed that word up. I'm not even drinking as much as last week. All right. So you can message us on Facebook or any kind of social media, or send us a Funk at Midnight Spaghetti email. We want to get your answers. Please do what you got to do. So here we go. Number 1. This is it. It is not a good idea to blank after you blank. It is not a good idea to blank after you blank. I'm sure we will hear a lot of answers related to that one. All right. Number 2, blank ham. Popular names with this pork product embedded in their spelling. That means you could probably put it anywhere. We are accepting ham in any form, if you will. Shout out to my man Nate, who showed us all the funny pictures when we were in Mexico last time of the Virginia ham that was made by the Doobie Company. Or I don't know, there were some really weird meat products that he was showing us from the store when he was taking pictures. Even though I used to live there, I don't remember seeing some of those. Those was really weird. All right, so ham. Popular names with this pork product embedded in them spelling. That could be popular people or just names of places. You got the idea. Ham it up. Number 3, I blank the blank. Get creative here, everybody. I blank the blank. All right. Number 4. Extinct touching. Touching is going extinct, people. Name human social norms that could cease to exist post-pandemic. Example, handshaking and high fives. I know you got more than that. Think of certain things that are just going to kind of go obsolete. And you'll have to say, remember when. All right, number 5. Name your favorite fictitious movie president or world leader and a challenge they faced. That's a good one, I think, personally. Yes. So pick your favorite movie president or world leader and a challenge they faced. Number 6. Name alliteration. Name famous figures, historic or current, whose first and last names start with the same first letter. There's got to be a lot of those out there. This is where you have to start digging deep. You know, you've been sitting around thinking of all the things that you can do. Well, this is something you can get really good at. Just thinking about people who have names that start with the same first letter. Number 7. And we only have 7 of these. This is how it works. Fill in the blanks. Naked and famous. Name a famous streaker. Semi-full or nude scene or wardrobe malfunction you will never forget, for better or for worse, and give us the example. Oh, I give you an example here. It is going to be Chris Farley, the Chippendale skits. If you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you got to look it up. Now, don't hop off. If you're on our YouTube stream, don't go hop off and start watching it right now. But you have a total chance to look up pictures and stuff like that. But like you said, if you're staying on the YouTube stream, we're going to be updating songs on there, keeping that up to go with what we're doing. And we got John from Murphy's Kids who's going to be coming on. He's going to talk to us what he's up to and maybe where the band is at. And we're any plans maybe in the future. Who knows? But we also want to play a great set of their music. So we should probably start digging the vault. Now, I said earlier that I owed my buddy Robbie and his wife some music from some of his favorite sets and favorite bands. And you know what? He had said he wanted to hear a little Midnight Spaghetti. That's really nice of him. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little something from Midnight Spaghetti, little new music from us. Hasn't been released yet, a little bit of stuff in the works. So if you guys want to hear it, now is the time, because it is going to be on and running, I tell you. So what we have to make sure, though, is if you guys remember how to get your fill in the blank answers in, and as soon as you do that, we are ready. So remember, you got to go to funk@midnightspaghetti.com or spaghettifest.com on the radio tab. And you're already there, then you just scroll down and you put the answers in and we get them. Or you can give us them on the YouTube page. Any of the links you can find Midnight Spaghetti. We'll find your answers. We cannot wait. So I'm going to share a little new Midnight Spaghetti. A little stuff in the works. Maybe a little some other funner stuff. And we'll have John here real soon. So this is Top Secret.
Thousands of notes on torn envelopes, pieces of paper of any size. My solitude, like madness, fuels the letters within these lines. Not enough ink in the pen, I think, to take the minutes inside my mind. The words still flow like waves on the shore. Who said the well runs dry? It's that feeling like a slave to the thoughts and the weight on your chest. The crowd with matching jackets chanting, we are the best. The evidence is strong, I must confess. Where do I run? Where do I hide? Down low. This is my island. When I hear the horns blow, the massive bass fills the space with an afterglow. This is my island, my place to go. Not one the same in this music game, but there's plenty for all to share. See me now go. See me now go. See me now go. See me now go. The common man don't give a damn about the guitar that you sling. It just don't mean a thing. Just make what you play sing. And the neighbors next door are at war once more, like they're fighting inside of my brain. Where do I run? Where do I hide? Once again, it's that feeling that will trap you, take a hold of your breath, like a slave to the thoughts and the weight on your chest. The crowd with matching jackets chanting, we are the best. The evidence is strong, I must confess. Where do I run? Where do I hide from the show? This is my island. When I hear the horns blow, the massive bass fills the space with the This is my island, my place to go. No one the same in this music game, but there's plenty for all to show. See me
Your popcorn, grab your chair. Prepare for a trip, but you must beware. The depths of my brain full of twisting stares, like twisted hair. I wish to share. Monkey on the back, tried dealing with a grizzly bear. That's seriously there. No DiCaprio, no CGI. My compass broke and my morals died. I seek the truth, but you don't understand. It's like a language foreign in domestic land. I kiss the babies, I'm shaking hands. I devise a plan that divide the land. I'm a problem man in a suit and tie. My roots are tied to your boots and I got sole control of your body and soul. My funk is frankly how I expose. For a small price at the door, you can witness my one-show carnival. For a small price at the door, you can witness the one-show carnival.
This is my island. When I hear the horns blow, the massive bass fills the space with an afterglow. This is my island, my place to go. Not one the same in this music game, but there's plenty for all to show. See me
Yep, there you go. A little sneak peek, a little early Midnight Spaghetti stuff from the album, but not released yet. And I know that pretty soon I'll be having John join me. So we're getting closer and closer. But until he gets here, just gonna have to get a little more music out to the general people. Now, a new thing that we've done in our archives is we have brought in a lot of good stuff from older bands that either played, were friends with us, or had members in those bands from Spaghetti Fest bands. And that leaves us with a huge, and I mean huge, archive of other stuff that we can add. And this is a really cool group from way back. And they were called Laid Back. So this is Laid Back. Later on, went on to form the band Mugatu, who was one of those early winners of the Rockin' the Lock-In event. So this is a little bit of the Laid Back crew. Met them a long time ago at the Fantastic Farm, actually. If you guys want to know where that is, that's Billy Beam's place. That is where the Unfortunate Sons and all sorts of good shows have happened. Death Ray Tango, Midnight Spaghetti have played there. But in particular, this group, Laid Back, I did audio for them. I was doing sound at that event. So go figure, I'm wearing a lot of hats. But this one is actually one of their tracks. Oh yeah, and I know that John's joining us actually real soon. So you know what? We're gonna get a little ready, and then I'll get ready to get John on in just a moment. Hang on one moment, John. We're gonna get you right on in a moment, John, if that's cool. Sorry.
everything. Making life at the end is making positive. Here we are breathing, just breathing, just breathing.
All right, we're going to slide out of that one because we are here with the very awesome Legend of Spaghetti Fest, Mr. John Charlotte of Murphy's Kids. John, can you hear me? Oh, I think you're muted, John. I can't hear you. You were in here before. Wait. No, I got you. Hang on, I got you, buddy. You're coming back to us. Say hi to me.
Mickey. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now, man. You weren't muted. It was my fault.
Good.
I was getting so excited to see you. Dude, thanks for joining me on the show tonight. I know you've never been on a Spaghetti Fest before, but I talk about you a whole lot, so your ears probably ring like crazy.
Absolutely my pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome, man. So what we do on this show is we play old sets that I recorded at all the Spaghetti Fest, whatever, like I, have kept all these years. And you guys definitely played a lot of Spaghetti Fest. I will never forget because you are my first link to knowing anything about Murphy's Kids.
Sure.
And you handed me your CD, which actually I have on the archives, but I'm not going to play the album. But it was the first album, right?
Probably the Anti-Corporate Beach Party.
Yes, exactly. Which a lot of people have and love to use. It's like anthemic. It's a wonderful, wonderful album. You guys do great jobs. But I remember you handing me that, but you waited so long because I was teaching, and you had to wait through this whole class. You're probably it's pretty lame. But
sure. Well, the people who don't know, so Mickey is a college professor, and he has been for a long time. And so even when he was putting Spaghetti Fest together, he was teaching classes at James Madison University. So my idea was I'm going to go before class starts, but it was like a morning class.
Yeah.
Maybe at 9, maybe
8 a.m.
8 o'clock.
8 a.m.
Okay, it's 8 a.m. So that you can excuse me not being there all the way on time. So I'm going to go there early. I'm going to give him the CD, and then I'll duck out before class even starts, and everything will be gravy. But of course, it's at 8 a.m., so I don't get there until after class starts. So class is starting. I sit in the back, and I'm sure Mickey is like, who?
Yeah, I just kept on me he obviously wants to talk to me, but I have no clue I had no clue who you were. But you seemed determined, we had to have a conversation. I was I feel like I forgot to give this guy something, and I don't even remember his face. This is bad. You know what I mean? So
this guy's gonna shoot up the class at the end or something.
He's a very patient shooter. Yeah, he's just gotta wait this one out.
Yep.
And it was in a dance studio.
I don't know, it was 50 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long.
Well, back then, because I taught the 3 day, it was 3 days a week, so it's a shorter class, so it was probably a little better.
Right, so almost an hour. And so I'm sitting there the whole time, and Mickey's trying to what is up with this guy, this stranger who's just wandering. And it's not a big class. You think college classes are 50, 60 kids or whatever. It was 10 people.
Yeah, well, in that particular one, that's why this story is crazy, is because you guys played Spaghetti Fest 3, and it wasn't the easiest experience because of the process of when you got there as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I tell that story all the time where it's it was the worst first half along with the best second half of a day I've ever had.
Yeah, I totally want to have that conversation because I agree there were so many things leading up to that, but it also I think trained everybody for what would become in any events that were at that property. You were going to go through that a couple times over. Every time there was an event at that property, it was the same ordeal happening.
Sure. Yeah.
But so you guys did number 3. That was my first year teaching the class. So when you came in, they'd put me in this dance studio with mirrors and whatever, and you came down.
Yep, that's right.
And so I was who is this guy? But what was crazy was that it was late. We hadn't had open sets anymore because we had booked it all. And Seth and I back then had booked it really quickly. So we had filled it up that year once we got all the submissions. But I like to listen to all these. I have some from people from way back that didn't even play the fest. I kept their CDs. I just keep everything and listen to it. And I made a rule about trying to be listen to everybody. You can't get everybody on a festival. There are only so many slots. But when I put it in like I think I was driving back from the class, and I think I was lucky. I probably had like a portable CD player that plugged like into multiple things to to go into the
tape deck.
Like
tape deck and the thing. Yeah,
the struggle was real. You know what I mean? It was like multiple analog revamp of things. But I was playing it, and it blew me away. I loved it, and I felt that it needed to be there. It needed to be something, an energy that we had, and we had that energy for many years after. And you guys had formed before that.
We had been together for several years before that. Yeah, but what was funny about going up to you in that class, all the people in my apartment were like, "Dude, it's Spaghetti Fest. It's the coolest. You got to get on the Spaghetti Fest." So I'm like, "All right, I'm going to go talk to Mickey." I'm not sure exactly how I found out about you or your class or whatever it was, but I was like, "Oh, I know where he's going to be. I'll just go there and hit him up." And I remember you were like, you were really cool about it. You're like, "Hey, man, listen, it's 2 weeks till the show.
Yeah.
Can't get you on, dude. It's all booked up." And it's like, and I'm still young at that point. I'm like, okay, well, I put shows together in less time than that or whatever, but I didn't know what kind of big production this was. So I was like, okay, well, I tried. Maybe we'll get on next year, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like maybe a couple days later, you're like, "Oh, we had a band drop. Like, can you guys do it?" We're like,
yeah. Yeah, I totally was all about it when I was like, we got to get this band. If anybody's out, they're out. Like, I'm like, I don't even give them like a second chance. I'm like, okay, see you later, Murphy's Kids.
Right.
Cool, not like, but the cool thing like was you guys made the most of that set, and you arrived. The park made it hard for you guys to get in, right? Then you guys get up to the top of the hill. It's a monsoon.
It's a total mud pit.
Yeah, it's 50, like
50 feet around the stage in every direction.
Yeah, just the worst. It was really tough. I'll never. There's one of my best. Because I remember answering Dave Beaver, the sound man. Was that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're like on stage. You guys are freaking killing it. There's like a splatter of mud on you, and I was like, it's like so reminiscent of like moments in other festivals in history where I'm like, dude, this is like. That's what you want is that shot of the person like having the crowd go crazy, the mud splatter, all that. And you grab the mic and I think you dropped it down your pants, right?
Yeah.
And Dave
I don't want to get mud on it.
And Dave Beaver goes, "Who takes a man's microphone, drops it down his pants on his junks?" He goes, "That's disrespect." And I go, "That's a rock star, bro."
Beaver was not pleased.
He was not pleased, but I told him that's a rock star. It's rock and roll, man. It's what you do. But either way, that was the fun of those moments. And then I remember, I talked to you about this earlier. There's epic Spaghetti Fest moments. One was the Braveheart moment where you got the crowds that clash. Yes, I was like the stick in the mud promoter who was like, "Don't get anybody hurt, don't do this." Sure. But the truth is they were epic moments. If there was ever a band that I was going to have a lot of fun catching people out of midair, like jumping off the stage and like hoping they don't die, it was you guys. It was definitely amazing. So cheers to you on that. Here. I have some stuff to bring you back in in memories past. And you did the fill in the blanks. Would you be willing to share yours later with me? Like right before you? Of course,
yeah.
Awesome.
I'd love to.
So I have, I've queued up some Murphy's Kids stuff. And when you hear it, could you tell me what it is? And then we'll let it roll and play. You can kind of tell us what you think it is, all right? Do you remember... I've played a couple bands from Spaghetti Fest 8, but I pulled out all of your stuff from Spaghetti Fest 8. Do you remember that one in West Virginia?
We went out
Capon Bridge, West Virginia.
Okay. All
it
right,
was
coming back to me.
There was like a nighttime gymnasium set with the Wavos. There was there was cabins. There was
that was rad. Yeah, the Sour Deemsters played.
The Sour Deemsters, all that.
Was that the one with like the lake that was all the way at the bottom there?
Aqua Future played
Aqua Future played, yep.
And the Judy Chops played like their first set at a Spaghetti Fest on the little lake stage,
Yep. That venue was rad. Somebody burned down a porta potty that year, I think.
They did so much. There was like so much things going on that I was like, how is this possible? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone put logs in the road so they couldn't get into the festival. I was like, why? This is the fun thing happening in your town. But whatever. It's festival stuff. It becomes stories. Yeah. So here is a track from that show, and let's I don't know if you always started your set with whatever, but you're gonna tell me right now. You can tell our listeners when it starts pumping up. You're like, that's a hi-hat.
Spaghetti Fest, what's happening?
Oh yeah, that's part of it.
Oh, you guys are starting off with a classic.
Way out the crowd.
Oh yeah, and then that's when I tell everybody to jump up and down a whole bunch. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you enjoy this one for a little bit, okay? And then we'll be right back in on it. So.
Here we go. You know the sky with the water, I keep you red, but the bench keeps us out. Yeah, why could be? I want to reach up with this restriction from the shore. Then we sit in the moonlight, get some pirate ship. It looks just like an apartment store. Alright. The outside trucker's price was a little late and I smell Mexican food and brand new shoes, and we hear the screams rebel. Going through it all the night, starting out like crescendo. She's a people out there, yeah, you don't even know that you're about to choke on your burrito. But tonight, then we put that shit to the waterline. Set back on the shore and watch the fire. See, that was the night that we put that shit to the waterline. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. Gotcha. A halo appears above the ship in the light of the moon. It's the souls of migrant farmers and children working on Walmart sweatsuits. People I never seen before, but so called my friends. Yeah, we congregate each other for strength, and we move to the front of the crowd to tear down this fucking thing. Sing for the night. Then we burn that ship to the waterline. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. That was the night that we burned that ship to the waterline. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. To this food, to the blood and dust in my mouth can fry. What we need, we'll give it to each other. Stay, yeah. That's the new bottom line. Get to your sisters, but to your brothers, Todd. Was your night that we put that ship to the waterline. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. That was the night that we put that ship to the waterline. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. Sat back on the shore and watched the fire. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love how you ended it with shit.
Yeah, that song sounds like me being in better shape. That's what I like about that jam. It's like, man, I sound like I'm in good shape.
Yeah, you're hitting it.
Think about that now. Dude, oh my gosh, how much fun was that shit, man?
Dude, the energy you guys would bring, I was just thinking about while that set was playing, this, like, I think it was, I always loved having you guys, so there are starting to blend, but what was the year you had led everybody in, like, a really cool, like, kind of dance thing with this, like...
Right, so, like, I have I don't know if you would call it an obsession, but a certain fetish for, like, songs that are also dances.
Yeah, like group sesh
like
thing.
Like the Macarena or the Twist, it's a song, but it's also the dance, So the idea that I got was the Size It Up was the
box thing, right?
Yes. I forget how it even goes now.
I just remember that I really liked
maybe
it.
This, and then maybe a little bit wider, and then maybe box it up, or no, it's up and then down and then wide, and then boxing. Yeah,
it was something. Yeah, it was something cool. Yeah. I know I have it in one of these sets, but now I can never. I have to kind of like search and then name it.
I imagine it's probably on that year. We probably played it that year because I liked it so much.
You think?
We tried to play it all the time, and it's like the crowd participation piece is big on that one too. So that's what I always liked, But that was a great year for the band. We had just fucking. Excuse my, I don't know.
No. We're streaming, man. You do what you want, buddy. Yeah.
It's the internet, bro.
It's the interweb.
We had just such an all-star cast that year. So, yeah, we still had Evan Howard on keyboards. And this guy, Reggie Chapman, who went on to get his doctorate in trombone.
Yeah.
Of all things, and is a BA kind of.
And he was kicking it on that track. That's why I was like having a good time, too.
He's playing with a band called Lucky Chops now, and then we had just gotten the new drummer Randy, who was a killer too. So
awesome.
it was a great group.
I'm probably going to play some more off that one here in a second. I was going to ask you a question. Do you remember the one time you came and performed with Midnight Spaghetti in West Virginia on a road gig with us?
I think that was actually in Maryland.
Yes, it was in
we're in Frostburg, Maryland. Yes, I had a blast, and I brought my new girlfriend, and I was terribly unprepared.
I think everyone was terribly unprepared for what we were entering. Like the situation of what it was just miraculous. Like
it was crazy. And that spot that we slept up on the third floor of the place.
It was just everything you can imagine. I remember there was this guy that lived there that we all thought had really great taste in music, and everybody else around him was really weird, right?
Yep.
And I remember Tyler Cash, our keyboard player, turning around to me and going, "Can we save this guy? Can we rescue him from this horrible place? Because he likes such good music, but he's in the worst place ever." No, it was a good.
Maryland.
We had a good time though. It was a good party, but I'll never forget, those old days of bands scratching each other in the back or seeking out, we were still young. Everybody was kind of
sure.
What's the difference with so-and-so? Come on, I'm play. Come on, it'll be great.
Yeah.
But it made for some memories like that for sure. Did you guys ever play out there as Murphy's Kids? Not at that place, I know.
We didn't play in Frostburg, but we played our share of shows in Western Maryland.
Yeah, that kind of area.
And it is... You mentioned that you got it confused with West Virginia, as well it should be. It might as well be West Virginia out there.
I definitely quickly called it West Virginia with no question.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like Virginia is, where it's like the western half of the state is completely different than the eastern half.
Oh,
Maryland.
Sure.
Maryland's the same way.
So now you're still in Maryland. You're in Richmond right now, right?
Yeah, man. Still living in Richmond, Virginia.
Excellent. I asked you earlier, but for sure, the other people, have you been doing any music projects and kind of doing stuff?
Thanks for asking, man. Yeah, I'm playing drums now in a band called David and the Subdivision. And it's just roots American rock and roll, Tom Petty, Ryan Adams kind of stuff, and we're enjoying it. And it's people I've been friends with or have been playing music with for a long time. There's one guy who plays guitar who was in children's choir with me when I was a tiny little my first time getting in front of a crowd ever, probably, when you're 5 or 6 or however old you are, singing, The Whole World in His Hands or or whatever, and I got to find a picture. I haven't yet, but I'm sure there's one out there of me and BJ is the guy's name, just doing it. So it's a very cool thing to have these people who are part of my formative musical experiences. I look up
and rounding it out like that. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's, I look up and they're there again.
Are you guys doing any
30 years later,
any online performances or anything?
We got to get that together, man. We haven't put anything like that set up. Actually, one of the guys is a teacher, and just before all this hit, his students found all of the online stuff.
Oh yeah.
You gotta take it down. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna relaunch all the social media stuff here real soon. So
so it kind of is accessible for people to do it. This is the time for everybody to figure themselves out. You know what I mean? In that realm. But there's ways out there for people to jam and do stuff. I just think that you have to kind of grab it and be like, I want to.
I've seen some super creative ways of doing it, and I know that if things stay clamped down like they are, it's only going to get cooler. You know? So I think people are going to kind of refine their techniques. Some of it's obviously a little rough, you know, because people just want to play. People want to get out there. People want to have their music be heard, and that's awesome. But I think over the next several weeks or months, like, that's slowly going to get refined. Techniques are going to be shared. It's going to start to get shared a little bit more, and like people are going to find a way to like make it engaging and sound good and look good. You know?
That's the thing. Right now, as soon as we can eliminate looking up people's nostrils at the beginning of every video, and it starts getting like they know it's on. This thing is on. We'll be good. But you know, everything happens, and no matter what, you know, it's always a good time. Even when things fall apart. So, like, you might as well just try. You know? It can't rain on these parades indoors.
That's true.
So, I'm definitely... Imagine I get a flood while doing a stream, you know?
Don't say that out loud, dude. You're jinxing it.
Yeah, exactly. Here it goes. So, sometimes I like to roulette somebody through a set that they played. If you were to pick... You played 13 songs in that show.
Wow.
If you were to pick a number... a lucky number, and then be able to tell me which song it was. I mean, you wouldn't know until you hear it, but I'm just saying, which one would you want to do? After knowing the way you started that one.
Right. Let's do number 2.
Oh, he wants to hear where you went. Is number 2 a big one for you guys? You guys...
I mean... Let's see, what are we doing here? We used to do an intro before this jam. Oh, this song's called Violence of a Special Kind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Violence of a Special Kind?
Yeah, and that's the beginning of the jam right there, yeah.
All right, everybody. SPAGHETTIFEST Radio. This is Violence of a Special Kind. Murphy's Kids, SPAGHETTIFEST 8. Enjoy.
Even in the tough times, even when the winds change and her voice is calm, and she stays upright. Don't wait for some of the wrong things. That she promised she's gonna keep molested. She ain't gonna change. She's free even in the tough times. Even when the winds are changing, her voice is calm and she stays upright. She's got a right hook that'll make you think twice. Well, I'll be giving if you think it's the right time. Violence of a special kind. Ladies and gentlemen, on the keyboard, Mr. Evan Howard. Go.
Here's another one.
Got it. She's got a right to prove in oh so little time. But she ain't that hard, but it's tough to tell from the outside. But she falls apart when she watches It's a Wonderful Life. You can tell her it might not be that bad, she will find. But she's free, even in the tough times. Even when the winds change and her voice is calm, and she stays upright. And she feels someone says she's doing fine. And when the storm is raging, her voice is calm, clear and bright. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, friends, that was really awesome.
Yeah, sorry It's like we used to do like little transition jams in front of some of the songs, so it took me a second to like remember which one it was. But yeah, that was, dude, this set is really taking me back, man. That was like probably one of the biggest years you guys had too, I thought.
It was one of the bigger ones. Things culminated in those, like in the 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds were really fun stuff. But as the years go by, we've taken the break from it so we can try to reinvent our wheel a little bit and do some more stuff. But this reminds me, did you guys do Sledgehammer in that set?
It's definitely possible. That was like one of the favored covers. I feel like so we do Sledgehammer, we do Ain't Too Proud to Beg, and there might have been one or two other ones that like we knew were bangers,
Yeah. Well, speaking of bands that always played bangers like that you guys played with a lot, but we really enjoyed hanging out with them too. I think you guys played a lot more shows with them because of the musical connection of the styles, but the Pie Tasters. For many years, they were kind of a staple from when I was growing up as far as being one of the party bands, them and the Almighty Senators of the D.C., Baltimore area. And I remember when we formed Midnight Spaghetti, I was like, party bands like that could put on a show have something else about them, and still to this day you can learn something when you're hanging out with the Pie Tasters from just the nonchalant ability to just like roll in the stage and put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, and it's a big band too. Pie Tasters definitely taught us a lot, which was cool. It's like we were just so lucky. They were kind of like one of our first like hero bands that we met and played with, which we thought was really cool. And then they still remain super cool, and they're still continue to be active and make music. And it's like, Pie Tasters. I think
they kind of came back with a vengeance a little more. Like they play more than they did in a bit, So, but that was very cool. I knew that you guys were friends with them. Was there any of the groups that you guys ever played with that were pretty much like your musical heroes that you got to play a show with?
We're talking about Spaghetti Fest specifically? Or
no. Any shows that didn't have to be.
Yeah. Well, we had could you call it good fortune? I'm not sure, of like heading into the headwind. We started a ska band in 1999. We were like, man, this is our ticket to ride, baby.
Yeah.
It was kind of still cresting a little bit, but of course, like it dumped. Like the year after that, it was like totally dumped. So we had the quote good fortune of seeing all the bands that were super hot shit a couple years ago, like kind of duck down a little bit, and we're still kind of like pulling some people coming to town. Like we're the only ska band in town. Whoever's promoting is going to call us to open. So we got a chance to play with Real Big Fish,
awesome,
and the Slackers, and oh gosh,
you guys ever do a show with the Bosstones?
No, we haven't. That's the one that's the one that got away. I feel like that's definitely like.
I feel like I would feel guilty with my voice either being intact that day. His voice is so recognizable. I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
So great, yeah.
I love it.
The Pilfers, the Toasters.
Wow.
Band after band after band that we like idolize and worship. The Suicide Machines.
Well, see, if you name all those bands and you put them all on the same bill, which used to happen a lot, that's like a freaking headhunting bill.
Yeah.
Of ska and whatever. There was a group called, and I have actually some samples of them. I'm not going to play them now, but they were in the D.C. area and they were fighting Gravity. Do you remember them?
Of course, yeah. We played with them several times.
Yeah, Shivani. I think the lead singer was from Richmond, right?
Yeah, well, the whole band.
Yeah, the whole band. Yeah. So I did sound for them a couple times in the area. So that was really cool. So I'll play another track of you guys, but not yet. We're gonna do the fill in the blanks if you're down with the fill in the blanks game.
Let's do it.
All right. So the fill in the blanks were a little interesting tonight, and because we have. Do you have yours in front of you? Your answers?
I do.
Excellent, good, because I was hoping you'd remember what those were. Because I have to compile everybody else's answers that they gave me. But how about let's get started. Fill in the blanks for May the 4th be with you. May the 4th. It's number 1. It's not a good idea to blank after you blank. John, what you got?
I got drive after you drink.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Right now, people don't really need to drive anywhere, so they might as well just drink if they have to.
Time to drive if you need to stay home.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, it's a it's a fine time to drink if all you need to do.
Yeah,
is
it's a fine time to drive if you need to stay home.
Yeah.
You can drink and then play racing games on your like Nintendo, like Excite bike. You can't get pulled over for that.
Yeah, get your Mario Kart out.
Yeah, do that. That usually is welcome to be drunk, or for the most part, people are okay with that. But so some of the people at home. They said, wipe your face after you wipe your butt. Yeah. Just
Don't want to do that.
I mean, touching your face and your butt have become quite off limits in the recent times here. I mean, if you were one of those, you've got to stop. Right?
You gotta get that bidet situation rocking in the United States.
Did you get the bidet situation rocking? Are you guys like members of the bidet society now?
I'm the father of 2 young children, and my wife has been trying to convince me to get the diaper sprayer connected to the toilet. So maybe I should just do that. But for that's daddy's sprayer.
Yeah. No, I mean it's true. When we go on our trips, like our Spaghetti Fest, like travel trips, and then everyone's like, "What the hell is this thing in the bathroom?" And I have to be like, "Oh, it's a bidet," right? Like a lot of people, like, "What's going on?" I've grown up with them around most every place I lived except for the United States.
Of course, yeah, it seems ubiquitous. It's like the metric system.
Yeah,
everywhere who
apparently everybody likes to clean their butt except us.
And it makes sense. It's like you wipe your butt with dry paper, you actually don't get it that clean. It makes sense.
Yeah, people don't want to be told that they're not doing a good job of what they do, like cleaning themselves, but it's the truth, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. Yeah, totally makes sense. So what other answers do we get from people? We got purge binge. So I guess what their answer was, it's not a good idea to purge after you binge. I guess that's advice for those who are doing such things. Sure. And not a good idea to pee after you eat salsa. Well, I guess it depends which salsa, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's not a good idea to cry after you put makeup on, unless you're going for that look. That could be pretty cool.
Bring back that Cure situation, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Very goth, yeah.
Very goth, except for your very, like, lovey songs. But that's okay. I love The Cure a whole lot. Let's go to the next question, which was blank ham. Popular names with pork product embedded in their spelling. All right. What'd you get for your ham?
I got Hammerin' Diaz.
Hammerin' Diaz. Nice.
Hammerin' Diaz.
We have somebody gave us Birmingham, Alabama. It's got the ham in it. How about that?
It's already got the ham. They kind of gave that one to you.
Yeah, it's given. See, yours was like kind of playing on the ham while others just have it in there. John Ham, that's another one. How about this one? We got Hamlet. Someone gave us a Hamlet. Those all work. Joni Cunningham. All right. I think there's more hams out there, right?
There's so many hams. I thought it was a thing where you put a ham word.
Yeah, you put a ham word in there. I actually liked yours too, but at first it was how many people have that pork product in their name. I could go with bacon, but it would just be Kevin Bacon. I probably should have gone with things like that. It probably would have been a little better. But you win and you lose on some of these, but you learn. All right, here we go. This one's going to be a little more wild, whatever people think. I blank the blank. What you get for your I blank the blank?
I can't wait to get into the out of doors. That is one thing that this quarantine has got me down, man. Can't wait to just like to have a little bit more ways of getting around in the world. I know there's like still a lot of parks and still a lot of things open, but I'm just so nervous about going anywhere.
Do you feel like once you have a mission to go somewhere, you feel really excited and like anxious, but you're like, but I have a reason I can go. Like having a reason makes sense. Otherwise you feel guilty if you're a responsible adult.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just be wandering around looking like Post anywhere and like, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and say it's somewhere where you have to stop to get gas or something like that. You know, it's like you don't want to frivolously do something like that. So for when this thing is over, a lot of outdoor open space situations are coming my way. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, luckily right now I've got like the one-on-one stuff with my son. We're battling each other. It's like, you know, It's like in your face, basketball, tennis, like everything, but it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
That's cool that the courts are open near you. Down in Richmond, they took all the nets down.
Oh, I think the way they looked at it is that if it's something where clusters of people are using it, they have to get away from it. But if you're going to use it and be at distance, as long as it's your family, you can't have kids meeting up and doing, you know what I mean? I'm lucky they're doing that because at least we get, as long as we play it safe. It still is a scary thing, you know what I mean? We're going out there with like hand sanitizers and like wipes and opening the, that hard tennis fence door that has the little fork that goes down. It never opens easily, never closes right. Yeah. So you're touching a lot of things.
It's tough to find out where we are in this new world. What are your thresholds for all of this stuff?
You'll probably see it as we get to the next question, but we still have to fill this one. But you'll see is that one of the things that'll be extinct as we find out. But in this one, I blank the blank. We've got from somebody here, I snorted the pile. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. I just hit the bong. That's what we have some real-time action going on. See what happens when you social distance?
Right. There's a certain demographic that this show really pulls in.
Absolutely. Well, it's Monday night, and if you're partying on a Monday night, then this never changed before. It wasn't the quarantine that did it.
Right. It's Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Monday was such a long month. All right, so I pity the fool.
That's the best one so far.
Yeah. All right. That's your favorite. I pity the fool was your favorite on that one. Okay. So I actually really like this next question because I really think it's an issue. And I've got a 16-year-old and think about all the things that he would be doing with friends right now, hanging out, doing stuff. So extinct touching is what I call this category.
Right.
Name human social norms that could cease to exist post-pandemic. Example, handshaking and high fives. I think they're gone.
We'll see. We'll see. That's a tough one to break, especially for the old timers who've been doing it their whole lives. I think people will just stop kissing.
People are going to stop kissing like other people?
As much as they're in love. You're saying people are going to stop shaking hands. The most formal of all greetings.
Yeah.
The most intimate of all greetings is kissing. So if handshakes are out, kissing has got to be out too.
So like when you say kissing, the hardest part about kissing is there's like multiple folds. Like I know that there's different kinds of handshakes, but the hands are always involved. Like, right? You don't handshake and then like, I don't know, rub eyes. You see what I'm saying? Like, but like kisses come in different forms. There's like the kiss on one cheek, then the kiss on the other. It's like the double virus pass.
The old European situation. I'm going to say no more kissing on the lips, even couples. They'll just stop altogether.
You're a dad of 2 daughters. You're loving that's changed. You're like, no more kissing on the lips. Nobody.
No more cute kids. Kiss somebody else.
Kissing is a scary thing. I mean, now they'll look at it, it's like hands-on stuff is very weird. As a music teacher, grabbing a kid's finger and putting it in the right spot. Like, that was a normal thing to be like, okay, I'm not scared of this little kid's hands. Now it's like, I'm
thinking about, more seriously, I think about standing in lines and how that's going to change. It's like, I think there'll be people taking more numbers and like waiting in their car or waiting out on the sidewalk. Waiting to get called instead of like waiting in a queue to kind of.
So like the DMV, like imagine the DMV queue. That's going to be like no seats. Like you're just going to be sitting in a packed parking lot.
The one near my house has a conference room, and I bet when they open up, there's like there's a waiting area, and then right down the hall there's like a conference room. I bet they're gonna send people to the conference room, and it'll be somebody's job, some poor person their job is gonna be to walk from the waiting room to the conference room to say number 35.
I think you're right. It'll take a while for us to be used to it, and we're gonna act like it takes a lot of time, but we might find that we've just made things faster and we've eliminated a lot of stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out, but we have to get used to it. But we got used to all these other things that happened,
I've been impressed. I know there are a lot of people who are late to the game and aren't really picking it up, but it's like really the last several weeks have been a hard turn for a lot of people. And I've been pretty impressed on how quickly people have been able to get the knack. You know, I think people are still pretty frustrated with like the spring breakers or like the people who aren't taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I think that's a dwindling minority.
But if you live under a rock and you don't get this whole like computer stuff, but maybe just stay there and stay safe for a little while, and we'll teach you. We'll get you acclimated. But
just
please,
hang out, man.
hang out. Whoever it is, we've got other answer. What do we have from somebody for their wet willies? Dude, if somebody wet willied your friend or anybody in front of you, you would just be like, right now, you would go, holy crap, that person just corona'd you. Like,
yes, that's one-way ticket to Coronaville.
yeah, if not, it just gives you an instant earache at the potential of fear. You know what I mean? Like where things make you instantly sick. Like you think about it, like someone says the word lice, your head's gonna itch, right?
Might as well share some gum.
Oh no, don't do that. But what we have here, Wet Willies was a good one. Elaborate handshakes and bro hugs. Elaborate handshakes.
It's hard to see it go.
I'm gonna have to be honest about something. Have you ever known a classical guitarist? We have these nails, right? So like handshakes with your right hand can be kind of like, you know, you fear that you're gonna stab somebody or like, you know, have to start a conversation explaining you're not a vampire, you're a guitarist.
Yeah.
So I think the kind of like the handshake stuff might help some people. I'm a little worried about like elbow diseases that are gonna evolve from these like little elbow bumps. I don't know. People are gonna get like.
It's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time before there's some kind of elbow rot going around. Let's see what else we have. Eyeball licking pole vault. Was that
That's
a thing?
the guy who snorts the piles.
Yeah, it really was. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh wow! That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is
How
perfect.
did I see that coming?
Square dancing.
I feel like square dancing, but maybe line dancing will remain.
It's a square dancing because the do-si-do and the promenade are a little too close.
There's more touching with the old square dancing, and then, like I said, line dancing.
Yeah, line dancing and things like
remain.
the Macarena, like you said, it's solo mission to like be like everybody around. Line dancing will end up 6 feet apart. It's gonna be like more dot matrix, not so like HD close together.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty good for those ones. So the next question was, name your favorite fictitious movie president or world leader. By the way, before on that last one, spin the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Spin the bottle's gone. Bobbing
too.
for apples should have been gone a long time ago.
There's so many things we're gonna have to rethink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, just an idea to think about those things. Who's your favorite fictitious movie president? I think a lot of people might give the same ones.
What's the poll say so far?
Some of the answers: Bill Pullman, Independence Day.
That's mine, man. Bill Pullman and Independence Day.
I have a feeling it's scary, but he could win if the people actually saw him on there. They would think it was for real and then vote for his ass.
Man, he's giving that speech on the tarmac.
He flies planes, you know.
Oh, that's right. He's a pilot too. He's going up himself.
He's like, I gotta do this.
And then, I thought of, but I couldn't name the one with Harrison Ford. Get off my plane. That guy. What was that one?
Oh, Air Force One, isn't it?
Air Force One, yeah, where it's like it's getting hijacked and he takes it.
It's like the plane is open and everything's flying out except for Harrison Ford. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one. But Bill Pullman's wins it by no.
Bill Pullman has gotten a lot of them. Someone wrote Donald Trump proper toupee maintenance. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if that's. I don't know. That's the snorted piles again. But we appreciate everybody's answers.
I've seen that video, proper toupee maintenance. If you guys could see this on video, you would know that I've been keeping my toupee in exquisite shape for the return of SpaghettiFest. So I've been watching the Donald Trump art of the toupee.
The art of
maintenance.
Directional. I don't know what. He's not fooling anybody, so I don't want to say directional deceit. All right, so Leonardo, this is kind of bad. Leonardo DiCaprio starring as the king of the world. He froze to death. That's messed
Oh, no.
up.
Oh.
Come on.
Never let go, Rose.
That's right. It was really not fair. There was room.
Seems like you just get up on the thing with her. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was room. You know, that could be an idea to be kind and help out.
Yeah,
But anyways,
put your torsos up. Yeah.
what other famous like leaders have there been in movies?
Well, there's the American president with Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're right.
And there's all the Olympus Has Fallen movies with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. How about Dave?
Right.
You remember Dave?
No.
Dave was pretty much a guy who looked like the president who had to be the president for a while.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And I think there's all manner of, there's one of Chris Rock, I think. There's all manner of like average Joe gets thrown into a situation that he can't handle kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's their thing. Sorry. Well, so I guess Bill Pullman's the winner. He saved us from aliens, him and Will Smith. If you have those two, president and vice president, that's all you need.
100%.
Awesome. So that leaves us at number 7. Number 6. Name alliteration. Famous figures with alliteration in their names. Did you come up with one?
Okay, I said Candace Cameron, who also could have been used for question 2 as Candace Hammerin.
Candace Hammerin or at first I thought you were going to say Hamdis Hammerin or whatever.
Candace Hammerin.
Candace
and then
Hammerin.
I just kind of got on a what do you call it, a roll where it was like, you could also do Hammerin Crow, like Cameron Crow, and then Janet Jackson. That doesn't really work for the ham thing, but still has alliteration. And Jermaine Jackson.
Jermaine Jackson. Yeah.
You can count him as a celebrity.
Jermaine was 2 J's?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, but the sound works. The sound works.
Why don't you get your crack research team on that immediately?
I'll ask the snorted pile guy.
He's got energy to work it out.
Yeah, go search. Chris Cornell. That's a good one. That's a good one. Woodrow Wilson, Walt Whitman, Walter White, Harry Hamlin. This person listed the hell out of them. That was amazing.
Okay, does Walter White technically count because he's fictitious?
Oh, I said fictitious. You can have a fictitious.
Oh, okay.
No. Did I though? I though? I think I said fictitious for presidents. That's like the other question.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're out of there, Walter White guy.
How about Hubert Humphrey?
Hubert Humphrey's a good one.
Marilyn Manson. That's great.
Herbert Hoover. Yeah.
Herbert Hoover. Yeah, these are all good ones. I know there's J.J. Johnson, the trombone player. That's a lot of J's all over it.
It's 3.
Awesome. All right, so let's go to the last question, the most fun one, which is naked memory. Name a famous either streaker or naked scene or semi-nude or full nude, wardrobe malfunction, whatever. Example, Chris Farley, Chippendale skit. No one can unsee that. It's great.
Classic. I always, the first thing that comes to my mind is Old School.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Will Ferrell, we're going streaking.
I mean, anytime I'm thinking I'm like going to tell somebody I'm going anywhere, I almost feel like I'm about to say, we're going streaking. Or it's awesome.
Did you streak the quad, Mickey, when you were a undergrad?
No, I didn't have the bahookies. I was a wuss. I didn't do it. But there was one dude who longboarded straight across the quad, like naked, and I was very impressed. I was impressed.
So rad.
Yeah, I didn't. Did you?
No, I didn't either.
Now would be the time no one's out there for the most part.
Yeah,
but there's a quad cam, so they definitely would catch you.
Get that up on the Facebook Live.
you could streak the quad without them being like, that's John. But if I streak the quad, literally everyone goes, I'm pretty sure that's freaking Mickey. There's only one dude.
The hair's gonna give you away.
There's only one dude who looks like that.
And that huge hog, dude. There's no mistaking it.
Well, if that's the case, then I would have been streaking the quad more often to be like
I would have been out there already.
See something you like? Yeah. All right. Andy Samberg, 7 Days in Hell. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's a movie about a 7-day tennis tournament against the guy who played Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I did not know that my son was going to see so much like twigs and berries in one movie when we jokingly put this on, and he was like scarred. But yeah.
Tough to watch that with your dad. Yeah.
Yeah, you should look it up. There's a quote from there called "Later Tennis," and the guy says you just have to see his tattoos. They're pretty funny. We get to Will Ferrell's another one from somebody. Morgana the Kissing Bandit from Johnny. And Madonna performing like a virgin at the MTV Music Awards.
Okay.
Those are naked scenes. Sharon Stone, Basic Instinct. That's a big scene.
I think that was purposeful. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a scene,
Indeed. Perhaps the most famous one.
It is a famous one. So thanks for playing the Fill in the Blanks game with me. And I know it's getting
pleasure,
late
Mickey.
on the show, man. It has been an honor to have you on and talk to you, catch up with you.
Thank you so much for having me, man. This is, like I said, I could just talk about this all day because we played like 8 of those things.
Yeah. I can tell you, I would do it. I want to bring it back, or I will do something soon in the near future. But I would love to have you guys reunite for it if you could do it.
Keep us posted, brother. Keep us posted.
I hope, because it would be the energy we need to have good friends around. Can we outro with you pick any? Do you want more from that number 8, or do you want something from number 6?
Oh, geez Louise. Let's go number 8.
All right, so Spaghetti Fest 8, and you can pick a track. Which one you want?
Skip the show and do the... I'm scared that we did this. Let's do 3rd track.
You want to do the 3rd one in, huh?
Go in order. 1, 2, 3.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for joining us, John. This has been blast.
Thank you again, brother.
You're going to have to tell us what it is, though, before you...
This one goes out to Kid Architect.
Oh, that's right. They played that year.
Wow. I mean, we had a bassoon recital that year, so we had so many things.
Oh, did I mention that the band on stage right now is called Murphy's Kids? Did I say that already? And then I also failed to mention that we're at a weekend-long festival of rock and roll and fellowship, and it's called Spaghetti Fest. So are you guys with me tonight or not? Well, I'll tell you what right now, this ain't your grandma's fucking picnic. We're gonna step this thing up and we're gonna take it all weekend. You guys with me? Here we go. I'm gonna say 1, 2, I need 1, 2, 3.
I think this one's called...
You guys ready?
Richmond Bands.
Here we go. You got one shot. You're going to touch it off, not us. You guys are going to touch it off. Here we go.
Some kind of blowhard talking out before the track starts.
1, 2.
Oh, no, this is Letter from the City.
Do you think the Woo guy's going to come out on this one?
He'll be back for sure.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Yo, dear mom and dad, things have changed. I got a day job and a mouse problem the rent's due in a couple days. I never thought I'd come to see things your way. And now that I do, I'm not quite sure what to say. Except that now I live for something more than cigarettes, the parties, rum, and kind of store, yeah. I work on cars and I play guitar, so that on my end I got friends from the country that I get used to city living. And all this life pollution ain't so bad, yeah. But the girl with the city likes the sky, and I can see for miles. And my neighbors, they got a long way to go. We're mad as hell, cause the music's so loud and we can't hear them through the door. The whole city block is gone to be out of control. Cause when the deck collapses and 21 people to the hospital, tall events in the course of a normal day. My next letter on, it's gonna say, hey, I work on cars and I play guitar, so that on my end I got friends from the country that I get used It's the city living. And all this light pollution ain't so bad. Not that bad, but the glow in the city lights the sky, yeah. And I can see for miles. I can see for miles. A river in the city streets. I look and I stop breathing. Spaghetti fest. Put those little paws together. Here we go. God damn it, sir. We will be here all night. We will be here all goddamn night. You just put your little hands together. There you go. Go! And I swear that you'll never see stars like these. Look at this city on the street. On the streets of the city. I tell you what, you can watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Work on cars and play guitar. Things like something on my head. I got friends in the country. Sing. It's the city living. But all this light pollution ain't so bad. The glow in the city lights the sky, yeah. And I can see for miles. Thank you.
All right. And before we leave for the night, I have a question for you. What inspired you for your lyrics for Murphy's Kids when you wrote your stuff for Murphy's Kids?
Oh man, what a great question. So I listened to a lot of like positive hardcore and punk rock growing up. Mm-hmm. So it was important for me to let people know that there was like a better world out there, and it was just right at your fingertips. So whether that be politically or emotionally or in terms of your relationships, one thing we really tried to put out there was that through a little bit of will and determination, you can bring about a better reality.
I've always felt like when I listen to your tunes, especially the way you deliver them as a singer, was that the natural dialogue that came, like that the songs were telling you things that you could understand, you could discern, you could make out what it was going on, what it was about, and I really liked that. I thought that you had a way with your words on that I could tell it was you. And I love that when I'm listening, because when I listen to Murphy's Kids, it's like a storytelling that starts the way you expect it, like as far as how words come together. And a lot of artists are like that, but I always have liked it. So I always wanted to ask you, how it started? Would you do words first? Would you guys come together, write some music, and then you would go off and start writing stuff?
So Reed and I work closely writing the songs. Oftentimes I would bring just kind of bare bones situations, maybe like chord progression and melody and a handful of lyrics. And then he would we call it redefying, he would like make it the arrangement super tasty. And then obviously like I was the least musically educated person in the band. So just taking it to this like team of fucking samurais always just made it, always took it over the top,
Yeah. Seasoning it up the way you guys.
I was kind of plunking together some power chords, and then I like show it to everybody else. They're like, "Oh, you mean like this tiny little child? Like, let me help you make this song actually listenable for the general public." So I was all at a very very lucky situation as far as that went.
Well, so that kind of explains to me how maybe it came about with you guys doing that, where it kind of, I bet you would come back to it a little bit and then add on once it kind of took its shape and you heard what it was doing.
Certainly, yeah. I'm not a particularly good bridge writer either, so I was able to hand off a lot of like half-finished stuff to either Reed or the band more generally, and they could like kind of really throw in it, oh, I got this intro. Oh, I got this bridge idea. Oh, I've got an outro idea. Oh,
you're like the Yes of ska.
Yeah.
It's like just throwing them in there and it comes together this like awesome group of musical ideas. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me, man. I'm going to play some outro music of another band to say goodbye tonight. But thank you for being on here. I've always wanted to have you on here. You're one of my favorite performers from all Spaghetti Fest. Say hi to all the guys in the band. Give hugs to the family. Your wife Samantha has the only lifetime ticket to Spaghetti Fest. It is honored forever. So if we have
back up,
when anything kicks back up, I mean, she's already on your list, but who knows? She might want to use that lifetime ticket just in case you kick her out. Like, hey, you're kicked out from the front row. Come back, you got another ticket.
Well, thanks again, Mickey. Thanks for all that you do. And thanks for the radio show,
dude. Great playing. Stay safe with your family and keep it up. And we'll catch up again soon. We'll be playing music again.
You too.
For those of y'all listening, this is the Big Woo. They played Spaghetti Fest 1. They were one of the first acts at Bonnaroo 1.
Wow.
So the Big Woo, Break a Day. Love those guys too. Thank you for everything. I'll see you next time, man.
Thanks,
Spaghetti
Mickey.
Fest Radio Episode 2.
Bye,
This is Mickey.
guys.
We're out. Bye, everybody. Big Woo, Break of Day.
Catch the rebound off the lake. Sweep the waves across the wake. They will rise and they will break. Gonna fix a break of day. Swing your back and crack your tail. Spark the wire made of hay. Gonna fix the break of day. Questions to the wind when it comes back where it's been. Draw the curtain all the way. Gonna fix the break of day. Skies of gray. Gonna fix the break of day.
Stay safe out there. Good night, everybody.